Yeah, this morning I thought I would be to the Packers highlight. Turns out it's the Jets highlight. The Packers are throwing their, wearing their 1950s throwbacks, which, by the way, is the only decade the franchise has never made the playoffs. Rodgers hurt his hand in that game in London in a loss to New York Giants, so he's playing with a little bit of a rough trigger finger there. Oh, Quentin Williams breaks through, knocks him down. They sacked him 4 times for 36 yards and losses, and then they beat him up a bunch after that. Michael Clemens storming up the middle. That's a block punt. Will Parks scoops it up. The Jets are up 17-3 on the Packers. Matt LaFleur, this is not how this was supposed to go this week or last week. Fourth quarter, Jets, misdirection play. Brees Hall, man, if you didn't see him run an angel the last couple of years, you were missing a show in the Big 12. 34-yard touchdown run. He found some people in Lambeau that are his. Packers, their chances are dwindling down 2 scores. They need something. Rodgers, 4th and 14, underthrows Tanya. He did not have a great game at all. The Jets are going to win this surprisingly and by a lot. 27-10. Matty Eyebrows on another New York loss.
That is very humbling when you're in your own building and you get taken like that and lose by 3 scores. We all gotta be better. Absolutely, coach it better. Got to execute better. We got to get back to work.
This is the NFL, so nobody's gonna feel sorry for you. Let's get back to business. If it's good enough when we're 3-1, it's got to be good enough when we're 3-3. So can't ride the roller coaster wave of emotions. Like I said, it's gonna be interesting to see how we all respond to this tomorrow and this week. I felt like we had a great week of practice, so this performance today was surprising. But we got to watch our language and the kind of energy that we're manifesting. But I'm going to be steady with the guys, and I expect our leadership to do the same.
Yeah, players have to be steady. Fans can panic. It's nuts. It's crazy. Hey, what's happened to the genius of Matt LaFleur and his MVP quarterback there in offense?
Well, listen, they're not calling different plays, John, and he does have the same quarterback, but part of what's happening is that everybody's making mistakes. Everyone's kind of had a hand in it. And so, look, how much of it is playing, across the Atlantic? Maybe some of it. But look, this is a 4-man rush and a 6-man protection. And Aaron Rodgers gets blasted right away and loses the football. Then you're running, and right at the point of attack, you turn away the defensive end. And then you have Aaron Jones. He's going to score a touchdown. He's on top of the defender. If Aaron throws this up the field, Aaron Jones probably scores. Instead, he throws him out of bounds, which can't honestly say I remember ever happening. And you have a missed quarterback-running back exchange with A.J. Dillon. And this one is puzzling to me as well. Maybe it's the thumb, maybe it's the conditions, but a first down throw into a bunch of coverage, and it's not even close. I was shocked at just how many things looked like they weren't going right for Green Bay offensively. And look, I'm sure they had a good week of practice. It felt that way to Aaron, it sounds like, but that was a bad performance across the board by everybody.
Yeah, everybody certainly can share in the blame. We don't want to get out of here without loving up the Jets, because it seems like there's compliments to go all around, just like there's blame all around with the Packers. What'd you like most about New York here?
Well, I just think the fact that, there's some resolve in that team, and there's some energy. And, you hear Robert Saleh talk after the game. He's not riding the roller coaster of the wins and the losses. It definitely seems like, he's trying to instill a culture of their process. And by doing that and kind of surviving, not having their starting quarterback and then finding a runner, which they certainly have in Brees Hall, that's made a big difference.
All right, Tim, that's terrific. The Hall of Fame quarterback in Green Bay is struggling. We've got one more guy. The GLA is not at his best either, Mike.
No, Tom Brady has seen better stretches of his career, whether it's in New England or here in Tampa, as the Bucs took on the Steelers. Second quarter, Tampa's down 7-3. Brady sacked by Cam Hayward. That's a loss. They settled for a field goal before the half. Brady letting his O-line know that he's frustrated. He also said that you guys are not playing as well as you can. Steelers up 13-12 halfway through the third quarter. Kenny Pickett, the rookie, takes a big hit, and then his head hits the turf. He is out of the game with a concussion. So Mitch Trubisky, who Pickett took over as the starter, comes in relief and quickly makes that throw to Connor Hayward. Big 45-yard gain there. The Steelers end up in the red zone. Later in the drive, Trubisky, Chase Claypool in the end zone. and the Steelers take a 20-12 lead. Can the Bucs respond? Brady, Leonard Fournette. Does he get in? Does he get in? Yes, he gets in. So they go for a 2-point conversion, which the math makes sense. If they get it, they would tie the game. Devin Bush, nope, he wouldn't let him have it. So now it's still a 2-point game. Next drive for Pittsburgh, 3rd and 16, Trubisky. Shea Claypool, really? You give up that big of a gain on a down that you need the ball back? And then here, Trubisky, another 3rd and long. Another completion. You got to give credit to that throw, but how about that catch by Claypool? Steelers win it 20-18. All right, so Tim, we're going to go to the Bucs offense here because they have scored 21 points only once all season. 21 or more once all season. What's the way back for this Bucs offense right now?
Listen, I think they probably need to find ways to manufacture more balance in the run game, more production, because you go back to really last couple of years, their success, so much of what they were doing coming off of the play action. Now, the way they were able to run the football was they had Gronkowski, who was a big part of their run game. Chris Godwin was helping quite a bit as well, and the offensive line looked different. So, look, you saw Brady was frustrated because he was getting knocked around in this football game. I think he felt like he was leaving plays on the field because of that. And so, look, I think, identifying players that Brady really feels like he can trust in the passing game is really the key back. And then finding a way to kind of bring back the running game, the physical nature of the running game, because so much of what they did off of play action was a big part of their success the past couple of years.
Yeah, it's putting so much more pressure on that passing game, and Tom Brady's facing more pressure. That's usually not a good combination for success. Much more from Tim coming up top of the hour with Scott Van Pelt. But new here on SportsCenter, here's Mike McCarthy following the Cowboys' loss in Philly.
Well, I mean, obviously the start of the game was in their favor. Obviously we got behind, but I think like anything, the big thing we talked about in the locker room was just the emotion of the game. You knew that coming in, and you got to be better in the discipline penalties. We had too many discipline penalties, and we had three giveaways. So there's a lot of momentum, which you have in these types of games. This an excellent competitive arena to compete in. And I thought we punched back every time they hit us with some things. And then we got going there in the second half, in particular in the third quarter, running the ball, and the up-tempo offense obviously was a help. We were trying to get to it, in the first half. Was trying to do it after a first down in the series, and just couldn't get it going. So just got to be cleaner. Had some young guys that we're still growing in some areas on offense. We knew that coming in here, and it's part of the way we've been playing. But the emphasis all week was running the football and stopping the run. So and that obviously was a big part of this game.
Listen, they're not going anywhere. They're still a pretty solid ball club. Let's go into SportsCenter's top plays, shall we? Good Sunday. Number 10, Fred, used to play women's volleyball. Wake Forest, Louisville. Wake on the attack. Diving dig by Elena Scott. Keto Jones with the kill there. Louisville wins it 3-1. Kentucky, too. The whole state's got volleyball teams, man.
We're good, John. We're really good. Number 9, women's soccer, Georgia State, Arkansas State. Mackenzie Robinson runs down the sideline, connects it to Darby Stotts from the corner. Are you serious?
Tough angle.
Look at that. Somehow she gets it in. Arkansas State wins 1-0.
Number 8, Jags and Colts had themselves a game. Matt Ryan with Paris Campbell. Campbell somehow stays in bounds and manages to get a piece of the pylon. Colts came back to win this game 34-27.
Number 7, Vikings Dolphins. Teddy Bridgewater back on the field. 2 Vikings players save the ball from the ground, and after some crazy bounces, Harrison Smith gets the interception. Where's it? Get it. I got it. If it only was in slow motion like this all the time, more plays would be made. Vikings winning 24-16.
Yeah, that's a sea of hands when it's going real time. Number 6, more kicking. FIU, South Florida, off the corner. Marcus Victorio. Ryan Schaefer is there. I like to ride my bicycle. Beautiful goal there. That one ended at 3-3 tie.
More like a unicycle kick.
Yeah.
Number 5, Jets Packers. Michael Clemens blocks the punt. Will Parks, let's keep this party going. Take it all the way to the end zone. Hear the bottle service there is good. Little scoop and score action. The Jets win in 27-10.
Number 4, Patriots Browns. It's Bailey Zappi. Look at Bailey heave the rock. And Devontae Parker makes the great catch. 3rd and long, they get that. That's why Evans ordered the Zappi jersey right there.
Number 3, Yankees Guardians. Gleyber Torres. Grounder. Jose Ramirez dives. And then they turn 2. How good is Ramirez at third base? That good. Got him out of a huge jam. More from this game later, actually.
Yeah, and more baseball tomorrow. Game 5 in that series. Tune into SportsCenter. Good day to watch that stuff. Number 2, Bills Chiefs. Good game there. Josh Allen on the game-winning drive takes it himself. There you go.
He is not a small man.
No, and they always say you got to go low on a big guy like that, but he's athletic enough to just jump on up. Like, he's not Grant Holloway or anybody, but that's still really nice work there. Bills win 24-20.
Your number 1 play from Sunday, Panthers-Rams. P.J. Walker, little screen to Christian McCaffrey, who somehow makes that catch. One-handed. Got guys on him. Nice little audition. You might get traded.
Yeah.
By the way, Panthers will lose the game 24-10.
So if we have a bonus top play, does that make it 1A or 11? I don't know. Here we go. In the
That'd be
7.
good, dude.
Oh, Aaron Hicks over to first, and Gabriel Arias picks the ball and underhands it to Cody Moore. Woo! Backhand. Got it. Jump on up. Guardians lost, so we're going to have a game 5.
This bonus 11th play is brought to you by Vivid Seats, reminding you that with Vivid Seats rewards, when you buy 10 tickets, you get your 11th free.
All right, it was thrilling. Was the Sunday action across the NFL? Bills, Chiefs was big. Cowboys, Eagles, that was big. Much more talk, reaction, everything coming up. SVP top of the hour.
They've been dubbed the Redeem Team.